Afternoon, it's Brentley here from Huckabones. We're going to go over a Legend Trailmaster 8.5 wide 3V. This is one of their premier car haulers, so stay tuned and let's look at this beautiful black trailer. All right, so this is the Trailmaster series, which is one of Legend's top trailers on build heft and build quality, looks, all that kind of thing. So this is one of their top trailers. We're lucky enough to get the sale from a good customer of ours, and he did spec out a beautiful trailer, so wanted to show it to you. We're going to start off with the frame, why it makes it so premier in an aluminum frame. They use a 6-inch tongue, so this is 2x6 tongue. You've got your A-frame coming in with a 3x6 middle frame that's going to go back, say about 10 feet on the trailer for strength. So nice heavy duty frame on your hitch side. The rest of the perimeter and all of the frame on the walls and your roof are all on 16-inch centers, so nice there. But what we're going to look at as well is this black steel you see that's incorporated into the coupler. Again, it's coming back further for reinforcement for just, you know what I mean, good overall strength. But it's also something that if you did want to put a weight distribution hitch on your vehicle and have a little bit of sway come out of a longer trailer, then this is something that you could bolt to and weld to and that kind of thing, that's not going onto the aluminum frame. So that's why you'll see the black frame come back a little bit further on this and kind of throw you off thinking it's a steel frame, but that's just a steel reinforcement on the coupler for that added aspect. The customer added a electric jack on the front, which is real nice. We'll show you how that works. Again, these aren't fast, but it is nice that you can go up by a push of a button and back down. Again, you're not seeing a lot of change here very quickly, but it does beat cranking the jack, especially if you've got that vehicle in there and you're weighing 5,000 pounds or whatever, then you're not moving a jack for that. So nice little feature that they wanted. Again, watch it. That is a tailgate catcher. So another pros and cons kind of thing in the video. We always highlight both sides of it. But we'll keep moving back the trailer now. All right, let's move down the outside of this trailer. Again, and talking about why it's a premium trailer and why it just steps a little bit above. They're typically gonna be a 0.30, so a 30 mil thickness is what they call that. These are actually 40 mil thickness, so again, adding another thickness in that. And what that does is your panel's a little bit heavier duty. You won't see the waves down the side of it sometimes in trailers that you see. You'll see it moving down the road, especially when these are bonded panels. They're 4x8 sheets, you know, that are bonded together. You get some movement with wind and air. So just a little bit heavier duty panel. This customer added what they call their 16-inch mezza side, which is a beautiful chrome piece on this trailer, really sets it off, but 16 inches tall. You know, it starts off with typically a 24-inch stone guard. This person went up to 48-inch. Nice feature again for catching any stones and not marking up your black painted nose or denting it, you know, winter slush and that kind of thing. So a 48-inch stone guard into a 16-inch chrome polished mezza, they call it, on the side. And they also did the chrome stripe here with the Legend in it just to kind of tie in all the chrome. You are going to have some aluminum trims around the edges and everything that way, but this is polished chrome is what they call these features. Again, on the side door, we went to a little bigger side door. Your standard's 30x68. This has got a 36x74, so just a little bit bigger door. Your chrome grab handle does light up at night, and your step is a nice feature here on this trailer. And this is in its position right now because we're parked. It does slide out and then packs in the trailer because you'd be over width leaving it in going down the road. So that is a slide-in ramp option, or slide-in step option, sorry. Back to the tires, we've got 3,500 pound axles. Torsion axles are all standard on Legend trailers, so you got your torsion rubber axles on these. Brakes on all four wheels are standard. Aluminum rims are standard. They are 15-inch, but what we did upgrade is to a 225 tire, so a little bit wider, heavier ply tire. Again, just takes the load a little nicer when you are hauling, you know, long distances or anything that way, keeping the heat out of the tire. So went to a 225 tire, and then they added a Salem force vents, and we can show you how that works inside, but you can push that out to either suck air when you're driving forward and push it right in the trailer. Again, if there was some weather conditions and you didn't want to pull that rain or snow in, you can actually flip it backwards. It's still going to pull air in. It's just not forcing it in, and it doesn't bring all that moisture in the trailer if you don't want it. Around to the back now on this Trailmaster before we open up this big ramp door. You're going to have your locking hasps, they call it, on your cam bars. So they pop in lock nice when you do, and then they have a key lock there underneath the rubber. So just nice latching system. Stainless cam bars are standard. Typically one LED tail turn light is standard. We've added a second one here, and also the reverse lights down low for the customer just backing up at night or anything. And then the last thing we added was your spoiler with your load lights. So there's 2 LED lights in there, kind of putting shine on your ramp and a little bit past it. And then the spoiler is supposed to take some backdraft on the door to keep your lights cleaner. And again, just some aerodynamics features. And then of course the look of it. Some people like the look of it or the functionality of those lights there. So nice clean looking back end, all lit up with LEDs. All right, so just before we head in the trailer, just wanted to show you a ramp down. So this is a 6'6" tall trailer. Again, giving you that kind of height on the inside. You've got your header, so you're not going to have that on a ramp door. So what we have done in this trailer to gain another 3 inches is what they call their no-show beaver tail. So that's a 48-inch slope at the back of the trailer. You won't see it from the outside when you're looking at it, but inside that's sloping down about 3 inches, and that gives you another 3 inches on your opening. So just a nice little feature that gives you, 3 more inches on the door without putting your trailer higher for headwind all the time that you're towing it. So just a little more aerodynamic with added value there. But we've got our flap at the bottom, just again to have no bump for loading a car. Really nice that way. The biggest thing to think of is they're gonna give you measurements on cargo trailers on the inside. Again, remember that's walls. So this 8.5 wide is gonna have a wheel well inside. You gotta measure that for getting anything through if that's what you're trying to go for, of max width. The other thing you got to remember is these cables are, a big assist to lifting this door. This door is heavy without them. Well, this is your actual narrowest part right there, is that bracket on the whole trailer. It's not the door itself. It's not the fenders inside. It's that bracket. So this is your biggest measurement that you want to do to make sure you can get that vehicle or whatever you're carrying in your trailer, whether it's this wide one or a narrow one. That's always your least amount of width. So we'll move in the trailer. We'll show you some tie downs we haven't got installed yet, some tie downs that came from factory installed, and then some other little features that we've added in our standards. All right, so inside we put the LED lights. Again, a lot of them will be on the walls. We have 6 in here. It's a longer trailer. It's 23 long with the nose, so 20 plus the 3-foot V is how they measure this Legend. 8.5 wide is your outside dimensions, not your inside. So your 8.5, 23 is outside. So again, we've got 20 feet plus the V nose. Why these lights come on when we're sitting and not to a truck? We've got a little hidden battery. So this is a nice little feature of battery box in the floor. We can do spare tires in the floor. We can do battery boxes in the floor. So a neat little feature where it's not, sitting out in the open and, in the way of putting some motorcycles in here or snowmobiles or cars or whatever the person's doing, kind of tucked away. But this gives you 12-volt power all the time. So you don't have to be hooked. Again, the big reason why it came in was because of that 12-volt jack. But the nice little kicker is it works the LED lights all the time. So we're parked here, not hooked, and they're on. The 2 boxes that you'll see in the front is actually kind of a standard. Your bottom box is going to be your breakaway battery. So they call that a breakaway battery because it's got a cable linked to it that'll hook to your truck. And if the trailer ever broke away from your vehicle, that cable pulls, that battery sends 12 volts to your wheels, and that locks up the trailer brakes. So this is to enable your trailer not passing you going down the road if it ever came unhooked. The second box in here on more of their deluxe trailers is a standard, and it's called a junction box. And what that is your 7-pin wiring will come up from the tongue and tie into that box with the electrical grommets and that kind of thing. And then all your wiring that's within this trailer is going to go to that box and tie into that 7-pin wiring. So if you do ever have a problem, it's already split, which is nice, that if it's a plug problem, you're only going out the tongue to that box for issues. And if you have a wiring problem in the rest of the trailer, it's going to be from that box back. So just a nice little feature here. Nice to tie into if you're ever adding extra backup lights or extra lights in here. Hey, your power is right there in the box. You're not ripping off panels, ceilings, that kind of thing to get to a power wire. So we did these helmet boxes, which are typically in the snowmobile trailers, but this is a 44-inch wide box. Again, good for helmets. But really, realistically, you got storage for anything you want. This bottom bar is here usually for snowmobile jackets and a hanger system sort of thing. But they're going to use it for whatever they need, whether it's your toolkit going in there or straps or whatever. But got 2 nice boxes out of the way of you moving around a vehicle or anything that way. Spare tires mounted on the wall underneath it. Again, we mentioned you could have an in the floor spare. Again, they're great for storage and not having that spare bounce around on the wall all the time. But again, when it's in the floor and you got stuff in it, that means you have to unload to get your spare tire out. So pros and cons again. Let's go to the wall. We've got 3/8 wood wall with vinyl, white on ceiling wall. They do a nice 45 cove finish. You got a 24-inch kick wall is what they call this. So this is a 3/4 panel just like it's on your floor. And that is on the sidewall. Again, tire rubs, anything that way. You're not banging up a white wall and finish and that kind of thing. So just a little bit more beefy that way. And then this is a Salem vent that we talked about. So you can pull that and push it that way. And again, from the forward, it's sucking in air and you'll get a lot more flow through here. If you have some, gasoline engines and stuff like that, you want some good ventilation than that. But you can also pull it backwards. And again, if you were driving forward and it's raining out and everything, you don't want it pulling in that water and that moisture and everything that way, then you can have them facing backwards and they're still pulling in air. So a little nice feature here. They are aluminum. They are, very, very well set compared to your standard plastic side vents, just divorce vents. They're one directional. They're always up working. They're always scooping air. So that just kind of allows you to scoop more air for sure. They open wider and then you can direct them in which way. So again, 6'6" tall. And then again on the back, because of that beaver tail, we gained 3 inches on the door opening. So you're about 6'3", I'll call it tall, about 75 inches on the back door of this one. On the floor, as you can see, we're trying to template some E-track to go down. So this tracking we put on walls or ceilings. What's nice about it, again, you got a 10-foot chunk of it and you can cut it down obviously, but 10-foot chunk that you can hit in to every 16-inch center for strength. And then you can clip in, hooks. There's some D-ring hooks right there. But you can clip in other attachments you can find of 2x4 holders or spare tire holders and lots of options for wall mount wise. But here, they're going to have the option of if they have some motorcycles in here, then they can cross tie a bike, that's staggered and have a ring in the center sort of thing. And you can move that ring every 3 inches pretty much. So you can really tie down specifically, one thing one day and totally different thing the other day. There is 8 D-rings of 5,000 pound in floor recessed D-rings in here from factory, which are just nice to have, don't get me wrong, but this E-track gives you a lot more options of tying down different things. As you can see, these clips come in as easy and out as that right there. So I can move that over to this because now I got something there and you're in. So it's that simple, that easy, and it screws down with self tappers and it's installed. It's really nice, easy, quick install, and then easy and quick to use after. If you like today's video, like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.